Okay, so we're completing slide 1 on our Desmos activity today, which is a notice and wonder. And then I'm strongly encouraging you to watch this video on the second slide. It's only 2 minutes long. It does a pretty good job of helping us pick up on some things that hopefully we noticed when we looked at the graphs on slide 1. As we move on to slide 3 and this activity 8.2 called polynomial end behavior, then we can look at some of the work today that we did collaboratively. So we worked in some breakout rooms to go ahead and fill in our table. Looks like we've lost a couple of our values here. And then we sketched what we thought these graphs might look like. So we noticed that x to the squared, this second degree polynomial, and this fourth degree polynomial had fairly similar shapes. At least we expected that they did. And then the two odd degreed polynomials, this third degree and this fifth degree, we predicted that they would have similar sorts of shapes. And so we were basing that on the fact that when we looked at what happened as these x values got to be larger and larger negative numbers, what happened to the y values, and as the x values got to be larger and larger positive numbers, we were again watching what happened to the y values. So what we're talking about then is this concept of end behavior. So the idea of end behavior is that we're looking at how the outputs of the function, in this case the y values, change as we look at the input values, the x values, moving further and further away from 0. So becoming larger and larger positive numbers and becoming larger and larger negative numbers. So we sketched what we thought these graphs would look like. Let's take a look at what they actually look like. So here is the graph of y equals x squared plus 1, a parabola, which we would expect after spending lots of time studying quadratic functions. And then this y equals x to the fourth plus 1, this fourth degree polynomial. So similar to what we thought they would look like. So if we want to describe the end behavior, we could do that in two ways. We could do that in some just average person's vocabulary and talk about the right and the left side of the graph. So we could say on the right side, in both of these cases, the graph goes up. And on the left side, the graph goes down. But we would prefer some better math vocabulary if possible. So let's look at another way that we could say that same thing. So we're going to use this as our starter. Not worrying about this part yet. So instead of saying the right side, we're going to say as the x values get larger and larger in a positive direction. And instead of saying the left side, on the right side, larger and larger in a positive. The left side, x values get larger and larger in a negative direction. So we're going to use a little bit different vocabulary here, better vocabulary, more precise. And then we'll talk about what happens to the y values, or the outputs. So in this case, we could say that as x gets larger and larger in the positive direction, which is the same thing as where we said on the right side, then we would say the y values get larger and larger in the positive direction, which is another way of saying the graph goes up. And then again, as the x values get larger and larger in the negative direction, aka on the left side, the y values get larger and larger in the positive direction. In other words, they go up. So then what about those other two polynomials that had an odd degree? Let's see if we can move this down so it's all on one screen. So similar to what we thought in our sketches, both of these, the third degree and the fifth degree polynomial, go up on the right side and they go down on the left side. So in layman's terms, everyday vocabulary, this is how we could describe the end behavior. But with some better, more specific math vocabulary, we could write it this way. As x gets larger and larger in the positive direction, on the right side, y gets larger and larger in the positive direction. It goes up. And as x gets larger and larger in the negative direction, the left side, y gets larger and larger in the negative direction. It goes down. So that is our goal today as we work through our Desmos activity, that we can start to identify end behavior and be able to predict what graphs will look like. So you should be able to use this video to help you quickly move through slides 3 through 9 so that you can move on to slide 10 and add in your math journal these notes that we were looking at and then move on from there to finish up this Desmos activity.